the 4th of July. Just got back, went and watched some fireworks. Been kind of wrenching all day, so it's been a while. We did that trip to Arizona back the end of May, beginning of June, got home. And it was great. It was great. Anyway, I ride my bike to work usually. So, rode my bike to work a couple days. And, I don't know, somewhere around the 10th probably. I felt this like slip in the transmission. I got off the freeway, getting to work, downshifted, twisted the throttle, and it just like jumped. And then I was like, what in the heck? Anyway, pull into work, forgot about it. At the end of the day, I go to go home, and I go to leave, and it does the same like lurching thing, so I thought I blew the transmission out of it. But I didn't. Instead, I did that. So this is a Drag Specialties belt. It's about 4 years old, maybe has 10,000 miles on it, but as you can see, the teeth are coming off of it. So that is what I was feeling. So I went over to Harbor Freight and bought this lift. I called a couple people about doing my belt. The guy that did my belt about 4 or 5 years ago that put that Drag Specialties belt on it, back then I think he did it for 600 bucks. He wanted like 1,100 this time. And called another shop that does a lot of work for me, and he wanted like 1,200. And I figured the lift was $449 at Harbor Freight with a $100 coupon for being a sidetrack member or some shit. So I bought the lift. I ordered the belt. I decided after some research that everyone says that these belts are like rubber, and that if you look at the Harley belt, it's like plasticky. It looks like plastic. It's the opposite of what I would think would be good. But that's what everyone said, that if they feel like rubber, that they're junk, you'll get like 4 years out of them, and then you'll be like me. I had a little technical difficulty looking for my light. It was in my RV. So, back to what I was saying. They said that if it looks like rubber, it's not going to be good. So, I went to Harley, I ordered their belt. It looks like really plastic. Anyway, that's what everyone says is good. Obviously Harley puts them on their bike, so that's what we did. So anyway, I've been waiting 3 weeks for that belt to come in, and they did me a little dirty. I ordered it on like a Monday, like, oh, maybe Friday, if not Monday or Tuesday next week. So Friday comes, call them, oh no, Tuesday comes, call them, oh, it's gonna be here Friday. So they played that game for about 3 weeks. I guess the belt was on back order, which makes absolutely no sense to me. You're telling me that every softail and touring bike from like 1997 to 2010 uses the same exact belt, and they're 3 weeks out? Come on. But whatever. So when I was tearing this down, your inner primary goes here, and then your clutch basket goes on the side. And when I was removing the clutch basket, I had to walk it off the whole way with 2 breaker bars. I tried pulling on it, didn't want to move, tried everything. So I ended up getting 2 breaker bars and just wiggling it back and forth. And it took to all the way to the end of the splines. It never loosened up. Come to find out, the clutch hub assembly, no, the inner clutch hub assembly is bad, and all the splines inside of that are garbage and coming apart for some reason. So I had to order that too. So that's still on order. I should have that on Tuesday of next week, which today is Friday the 4th. So a couple more days. But what I want to show you guys is a little trick I saw on YouTube. This guy was showing how to do these belts, and he says you don't need to take off the wheel, which I didn't. You don't take off anything. All we did is remove the swing arm bushing, and then I was able to move it over a little bit, and you can wiggle that belt down right here between the swing arm and the exhaust, and oh, you gotta take off the shock. So the shock is disconnected. So, and then you get to the shock, and then you just wiggle it up through right there, through that crack, and voila. So, I didn't have to take the wheel off. which was nice, I guess. And so now all I gotta do, now that I've got that belt back in there, is I'll put the bushing back on both sides, push the hardware back through, put the nut back on it. And when you do that, remember to line that up. There's a certain way that that goes in there with the little notch at about 11 o'clock. So that's the next step. So I'll show you how to do that. And then after that, we're gonna have to wait until we get, oh, we can do the inner clutch or the inner primary. But we can do the inner primary. And then after that, we're gonna have to wait until I get the clutch basket repaired before I can put the rest of it together. If you are thinking about doing this, if you have any kind of mechanical knowledge at all, it's really not that hard. Just know that this side is righty loosey, lefty tighty. So anyway, I'll throw this together and show you how it goes. Something I forgot to show you. So I went and got this Harbor Freight lift. It's brand new. I had their Harbor Freight wheel chock already. I use it in my toy hauler for when we go and we take the toy hauler to take the bike somewhere. Or if someone breaks down, I gotta get them towed home. But anyhow, so I just modified it a little bit. I cut the end off of it. Here, I cut a little bit short. And on the other side, and then I drilled 4 holes and put some stainless hardware in there and bolted onto here. And then when I need it for my other stuff, it's 4 bolts, I can pull it off and use it. So I got that, and then I got this center lift. All right, Saturday, like July 10th, I think. And it's been kind of busy, but we're finally putting it back together. So I got the belt on like we saw, and then I put the shocks back on, connected these back together on both sides. And then you gotta put these, I guess they're kind of covers for the swing arm. So you gotta make sure you line them up because there's a rubber spot in the grommet where it matches. So you put those on first and pop this cap out. I only loosened this side, I didn't loosen the other side. So when I slid it back together, I left the other side alone, popped that cap out on this side, put them both in, and then I torqued this side down. And now I've got the inner primary on, and it's supposed to be torqued to 14 pounds, which I think I've done. Put the oil cap back in it, and now I need to mount the starter. It's already there in the hole, so I'll put that back in. The O2 sensor I had to take out goes right here, if you can see it, and then there's a vent tube up on top that I need to put back together. So I'll mount the starter, put the vent tube back in it, and then I can put the clutch basket on, which I had broke the shit out of it. So it's $400 to fix it, but I'll be right back. I'll show you how to put that back together. All right, another day. It's Sunday. I did a little work on the bike last night, but neighbor came over and friend came over and we kind of hung out. So I walked away. But here's where we're at today. We've got the inner primary on. These are supposed to be torqued like 17 pounds, it says. I got the ends for the, man, I can't think. Oh, swing arm. Got the swing arm ends on. So pull this middle cap, line up your swing arm. There's a little indentation for the rubber grommet in there. Line that up, bolt these in first, then tighten your swing arm. That's the only way to get the end right. I messed with that for a couple hours. Did a little research on adjustment on the belt. This is a brand new belt here. They say you want like a 1/2 inch. So that's what I got for now. I think I'm gonna ride it to work a couple days, probably put it back up here and tighten it a little bit. It's gonna stretch being brand new, so we'll see how that goes for it. We put the back end back together here. Shocks are back on it. Tightened up the axle, obviously. Put this side back together, and then over here put the starter back in. That was a bear. When you do that, if you can get one of them going, it'll help a lot. And then now the O2 sensor's back in. and the bleeder valve. So that's all together. Put the peg back on it. So this side is wrapped up. Got nothing left over here. So all I gotta do now is put the clutch basket back on, compensator, new gasket, outer primary, fill it. All the wiring that I took off for my lights and for the bike needs to go back together, and then she'll be ready. So I'll show you how to do that. All right, so here is my clutch basket. So when I took this apart, that ring right there, I don't know if you can really see it now. Yeah, you can. The washer, it was floating. It was just hanging out. So something came wrong. Something was wrong in there. It came out. There was no way for me to get back in, and it was actually because the clutch hub was bad. So then on the back side here, all my splines were all chewed up. So this is all brand new. This whole thing has been redone. Put a whole new clutch hub in it, and now it's ready to go back together. So we're going to set this back on the bike and make it go. All right, going to put on the compensator and the clutch basket. So this is the bolt for the compensator, and it had a bunch of blue Loctite on it. I had the belt done about 4 years ago, maybe 5 now. So I don't know if that was from him or if it was from him and the guy before him, whatever it was. But it was like, it looked like plastic on here. I couldn't figure out what it was. It was like solid all the way down. But I got that all cleaned out. Got my other hardware right here. And then over here, cleaned up all these splines. Got this all cleaned up. And the primer's all cleaned up. Wiped it down, made sure there's nothing in there. So I'm gonna set this stuff down here where I got it. And then I got my new clutch basket all set up. I'm gonna stab that on. And then we're gonna torque the compensator, goes to 175. And the clutch basket goes to 80. Oh, don't forget, Loctite. Calls for red. They had blue on it. That's a brand new tube of blue. My red's pretty dry, so I'm gonna use my blue. This thing will be apart pretty soon again. We're gonna do some motor work on it, so I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, we got a little shade tree surgeon in the back. Listen to that, and I'll get this thing stabbed together. I'll be right back. All right, it's been a couple hours. I've been just hanging out. You know, you do a little work. It's 104 degrees. Take a little break. Do a little work, you know. Okay, I got the compensator on. That gets torqued to 175. So I stepped it up a couple times from 100 all the way up there. The clutch basket was some work. I had to put a new clutch hub in it, so new splines. So I got it worked on there. It wouldn't go any further by hand. So I pulled it back off. I made sure everything was clean and good. I counted the teeth. It was 18 on both. So I knew it was the right one. I got a rubber mallet and a piece of a 2x4, and I put it across the bolts on top, and I just lightly tapped it. Took a little bit of, I don't know, all of, 7 or 8 seconds. Just light taps. I got the seat all the way on there and got in. So now I just need to put the chain tensioner in here and put the clutch adjustment in. And then I'm ready to put the outer primary on, fill it full of oil. And then I can connect the battery and put the seat on it, and then put the cover on. Bags can go on, and she'll be ready to go. I'll be riding her to work tomorrow. It's gonna be great. So I'll see you in a minute. All right, we got the chain tensioner back in. If you ever take that out, use some zip ties and go under it, and then you gotta lift the chain up with a screwdriver and sink them through, and then you can pull them tight. I put 4 on it, held it just fine. You slide it back in there, bolt it down, cut the zip ties, and it makes that really easy. that probably would have been hell. So we're down to primary cover. We'll pull the inspection cover, fill it full of no primary cover. Oh shoot, no, we need to use the clutch adjustment first. So we need to put the clutch piece in there, and then we can do the primary because we got to put a snap ring on it. So we'll do that now. Then the outer primary, fill full of oil, and then hook up the battery, which I've had charging for a couple hours, and we should be riding to work tomorrow on the old Road Glide. So I'll be right back. Adjust the clutch. So the first thing you gotta do is go to your adjustment right here and take all the adjustment out of it so it's all slacked out. And then we're gonna grab this end with the 7/32 Allen, and then you're gonna tighten that into here until you feel just a little bit of resistance. Once you feel that, you're gonna lock it down on that nut, and that's done. And then we're gonna go back to my clutch adjustment over here, and we're gonna leave about 1/8 inch of slack in my clutch lever. Fill this thing up with oil and good to go. All right, we're getting close. Got the outer primary on this. We're gonna fill it up till oil is at the bottom of the basket. It says 45 ounces on dry, which we had all apart, so it was dry. I guess it's 32 ounces on an oil change. So we're gonna put somewhere around 45 ounces in it. We're just gonna watch it to get the bottom of that clutch basket and call it good. And then we gotta put on shift levers, kickstand, floorboard, hook up the battery, and we're done. All right. Man, there we go. All right, we're almost done. We got it all put together. Gotta connect the battery, and I got some new spark plugs. These plugs, I've had the bike since 17, never changed them. So I bought some Screaming Eagle plugs, $31 at Harley. Holy shit. $16 a piece. I don't know what they're made out of, but I felt like I got taken advantage of. Anyhow, so we're gonna throw some plugs in this thing, clean up all the tools, and hook up the battery, check the clutch, make sure it feels good, and then take it on a little ride tomorrow. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, we got the new plugs in. Almost got all the tools cleaned up. Got the battery connected, checked it out, no smoking, that's good. And all that's left is the seat. Cleaned up the last of the tools, and she's ready to ride tomorrow, so we'll see you out there tomorrow. All right, guys, it's Saturday. No, Friday. Yeah, Friday. We got the man, got the belt done finally. Took some time. Took about 3 weeks waiting on a belt. Was probably 2 weeks of it. But I didn't get to show you this lift. I bought this and I was in a hurry because I was supposed to have a belt like the next day. So I brought it home, and then this is a Harbor Freight lift, and that's the Harbor Freight wheel chock. So I just drilled 4 holes. As you see, I drilled one right there, but there's a brace that goes across right there that I didn't know about. So I had to change that. Anyhow, works just great. There's a spot that comes out for the rear tire. So anyhow, I unloaded this morning, rode to work. That was my first test ride, and it's actually about 25 minutes. And then I got done. I gave her a little bath. She was filthy, and I'm still cleaned up and ready for some miles. So hopefully we'll get to ride on Sunday. Anyhow, thanks for tuning in, checking this out. If you got any questions on how to do a belt, or want any recommendations on anything, go ahead and comment and ask. To be honest with you, it wasn't that bad. Waiting for the belt sucked, and it made me forget where I was. So I'd set stuff down and in order, so I can put it together in order. But when stuff sits for 2-3 weeks in your garage, and you got kids, and you move stuff around because you got no room for everything, you know, by the time it gets here 3 weeks later, then you got these piles of stuff that meant something to you at one point, and now you don't know what they mean. So that was the only bad part. You know, technical skill level, there wasn't much. All the bolts for the inner and outer primary are really easy to take off. I didn't really look forward to putting back on the floorboard and the kickstand, and everyone does this kickstand spring thing where they load it full of pennies. I didn't do that. All I did was I just put the spring on it, and I put it up to the frame, and I used a second of muscle to get it going. But yeah, honestly, it wasn't technically hard, and I think that the second one I can probably do in half the time, and by the time I get good at it, I bet I can do them in just a few hours. But that would take a lot of practice, and hopefully I won't be doing that. Anyhow, like I said, thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next one.
Screw them down with something easily.
Jesus, bud. Oh. Hot dog.